to my channel. What the f? I am so bad at intros. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to have a concealer competition. Have you noticed that a lot of my videos have been about concealer lately?
Like the year of just realizing stuff.
If that screams I don't get enough sleep, I don't know what does. Like, why am I so obsessed with concealer? So anyway, today's video is going to be kind of a review, demo, showdown, dupe thingy, what? If you will, about two concealers, one of which is my absolute favorite concealer, and one could be a dupe for that said concealer. Does this make any shit of sense? Probably not. So, what am I yammering on about? Let me tell you. My favorite concealer of all time happens to be this one right here. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. If you haven't seen it before and you've been living under a rock, this is what she looks like. Mine happens to be in the shade Light Medium Honey. I use this particular shade whenever I am self-tanned. I don't look tan at all in these lights, but I swear I am. When I am not tanned, I use the shade Light, I believe. So I have my own little collection of shades depending on what shade I personally am. But regardless, that's my favorite concealer that I use pretty much every single day. So I was kind of perusing the interweb and I discovered that there may be a dupe for this particular concealer. I don't know. A lot of brands have tried and have failed. So whenever I saw this one and heard that it was probably the closest dupe out there, I just had to give it a whirl. So the concealer that I'm talking about is this one right here. This is the Makeup Revolution London Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. This is what she looks like right here. So let me turn it to where you can see the shade. This is the shade C7. That is the color that I bought. Now online, whenever I was looking, this actually looked like a much darker shade than what it appears to be in here. I'll hold up the two together so you can kind of see the shade comparison. The Makeup Revolution one looks a little bit more yellow tone, maybe like green tone if you will, and the Shape Tape one has a little bit more pink in it, but I don't know. We will see. I'm going to do one on one eye and one on the other. And then we will kind of compare, see how they look, how they go against one another. I'm really excited because if this is a true dupe, this is such a more wallet-friendly option as opposed to the Shape Tape. Because I believe Shape Tape is now up to like $28 and this one was $7.99 I think. So that's a huge price difference and hopefully it works. We're going to jump in to comparing these two babies. I've already got my foundation on, so we are ready to start concealing. I'm going to be patting it in with my beauty blender. This is how I, what is all over you? This is how I apply my concealer. I don't use a brush because I don't think it looks very good on myself. So we're just going to use this baby right here on both sides and we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do Shape Tape first because I know that I love it and you know, we're golden there. So I'm just going to put it on this guy right over here. This is what the applicator on the Shape Tape looks like. Please ignore my hands. They are a self-tan disaster. But anyway, that is like the doe foot applicator that comes with this one. I kind of just go like this. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. Okay, so now we have one side completely concealed. So you can see the difference. This side obviously looks a lot brighter. My under eye bags are a little bit more concealed. The shade may still be like a smidge light, but we going with it. Okay, so now let's go in. I'm so excited to try this. So we're gonna pop her open. This is the first time I'm even opening it. Oh, wow. Okay, so this looks really similar to the Shape Tape one. You see that there? It's a little bit smaller, the applicator is, but it looks very similar. Let's go ahead. Ooh, the color might be a little bit better. Okay, so my first thought is this is a lot thinner feeling than Shape Tape, but I actually might like this color a little bit better, so we will see. So I'm going to kind of flip the Beauty Blender to use this side right here so we don't have any of the Shape Tape kind of getting in our way, and pounce it in. Okay, so this side has the Makeup Revolution and this side is Shape Tape. Now my first thoughts looking here in the monitor, it's not as apparent in person, but I can definitely tell up here in the monitor that the Shape Tape side is definitely fuller coverage. It's got higher concealage. What? but this one's still covered really well. I still can see a little bit of the darkness underneath of here, but it definitely felt very velvety and soft applying, so that's awesome. Not as high coverage as Shape Tape, but still really doing a fantastic job. So let's go ahead and set it and kind of see how it reacts to being set. So I'm just going to be setting my under eye with this RCMA No Color powder. Set. So I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer in the normal places that I would also conceal and highlight my face. So we're going to go ahead and apply concealer as I normally would, and then we will, I'll finish up the face and we will kind of compare which side do we think looks a little nicer. Okay, so after putting on the rest of the concealer and powdering my face, I'm still pretty impressed with how the Makeup Revolution concealer is still kind of keeping up with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Yes, it is less full coverage. I can see it just a tiny bit of like redness peeking out through, especially right here, as opposed to this side over here, you can't tell any. However, Shape Tape, if you can see, is actually creasing a lot quicker than the Makeup Revolution one does. Everywhere else that I have concealed, it kind of looks, both sides are pretty equal looking in my opinion. So I guess really the under eye is going to be the biggest determinator? Is that a word? Probably not. But it's going to be the biggest determinant of which, or is this a dupe or not. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face. We will come back here at the very end once I get everything done, and we will kind of discuss my final thoughts. Is this a dupe or not? So guys, I went ahead and finished putting on the rest of my face. So let's talk about these concealers. So this is the Makeup Revolution. I want to keep saying Makeup Forever. This is Makeup Revolution, and this is Tarte Shape Tape. Now, if I look at myself up here in the monitor, I've applied all of the powders and whatnot. This side, I can still see a tiny bit of dark circle, but really not a ton. There is, however, a ton of makeup on my teeth. Do I think it's a 100% dupe? No. But do I think it's comparable and could be considered a dupe? Absolutely, because I would assume, no, I didn't do this, but I would assume that the coverage could be buildable with this particular one, and if that is the case, then it could 100% be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, I didn't build up coverage today because I just wanted to see, like, you know, what a normal layer of this concealer would do in comparison to the Tarte Shape Tape, and in my opinion, I think it's holding up really well, you know, just for having a normal amount under each eye. I think that's great. So maybe another layer, because this is relatively thin, maybe one more layer could bring the amount of coverage that Shape Tape does. I think this concealer is awesome. For $7.99, I think it's definitely worth looking into, especially if you love Shape Tape and just maybe can't afford it because of the price tag attached to it. So guys, those are my thoughts on the comparison between the Tarte Shape Tape and the Makeup Revolution concealer. I really like this, so I'm going to continue using this concealer in the future. I will kind of let you guys know as time goes forward. Maybe it may become a new staple in my makeup routine. We shall see. But as far as this video goes, I think it's a success. So thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. I know there's been a little bit of a delay since I've been back from vacation, but your girl needed a break, okay? So she took one. But now we're getting back into the swing of things, so it's time to start cranking out more videos. So like I said, thanks again for tuning into this one. I super appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell right next to it. That will notify you whenever I upload, because YouTube is not the best at informing you when people upload anymore. It's just how it is. Please like this video if you actually did enjoy it. It really lets me know that you guys are enjoying the videos that I am creating, because not doing anything at all really doesn't give me any feedback. So, I mean, even a thumbs down, like, that's still something. I mean, I don't want those, but, you know, it's something. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.